Okay, truth is, while I have not gotten rich off of YouTube, it has made me a considerable amount of money over the years. And today I'm going to talk about 6 ways that I've made that money. And by the way, you can do this too. Welcome back to the Moneybeard channel. My name is Rob Anderson. I'm the founder of Moneybeard, and I am here to teach you how you can make more money doing what you love. Quick little backstory. I've been a YouTuber for over 10 years. I've launched a performance career off of it. It's gotten me on TV. I've got over 30 million views across my channels. I've made videos. A lot of times people ask me if I make money on my videos, and truth is there are 6 different ways that I have made money on my videos over the years, and today I'm going to talk about all 6 of those ways, or all 6 of those streams, or 6 of those ways, all 6. Okay, let's talk about revenue stream number 1, which is one people may not often think of, and that is video licensing. And man, I have put out some bangers over the years. And when you put out a banger, as in a video that appeals to a large group of people that people want to share, it gets viewed a lot, the media takes notice. Really, it doesn't even have to be viewed a lot, it just has to be highly shareable content, and they will take notice and want to run a story on it. I've had my videos featured in media outlets all over the world, from morning shows to websites like the Huffington Post and many others. The thing about these media outlets is when they run a story on your video and they play your video in that story, you can request a licensing fee from them in order to use that video. When I was new to YouTube and I had the media interested in my videos, I would allow them permission to use my videos just for the fact that I wanted the publicity and media attention and the extra views, and all that's great. But then I learned I could also be getting paid on top of that. I've licensed my videos anywhere from $100 up to $250, with the average amount I usually receive being like $150 per license. The nice thing about this is it's the only revenue stream on the list where it doesn't matter how small your channel is. If you have a video that the right person notices and wants to license, you can get paid. So if you ever get a media outlet interested in doing a story on your video, all you have to do is respond to them and say, yes, thank you, I would love for you to feature my video in a story, and I usually request a license fee of $150 in order to do that. And by the way, I mean, you can request as much as you want. You can ask for anything. You're probably not going to get much more than that, but you should be asking for some sort of a licensing fee if the media does reach out to you. And by the way, before I end this little section on licensing, there are a lot of companies out there who will approach you and attempt to license your videos on behalf of going to media companies themselves. I've always found that to be a little bit of a waste of time, and those companies, in my experience, never have your best interests at heart. If you ever get approached by a company like a Storyful, Viral Hog, Caters Media, a company like that that wants to go to you and then license on your behalf to these media, at the actual media outlet, I would decline. These companies have been just difficult to work with in my experience. I would at that point know that I've got a good video that other companies or media outlets might be interested in, and I would start reaching out to some of those myself. The second revenue stream we're going to talk about is the one everyone's heard about, but everyone also seems to have questions about, and that is AdSense. Usually when people ask you, hey, do you get paid by YouTube for your videos? This is the main way people get paid by YouTube for their videos. Really, it's the only way you get paid by YouTube, but it is also the main way people usually get paid for their videos. I've covered this in a previous video where I showed exactly how much money one of my other channels was making, but in a nutshell, once you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, YouTube will start running ads on your videos and do a 55-45 split with you where you get 55% of that ad revenue. Again, I've gone in depth in other videos about exactly how this works, but in a very general sense, most monetized channels these days are making anywhere between $1 and $5 for every 1,000 views they get. And that depends on a number of factors associated with the channel and video. Now, some channels can make much more than this or even less depending on these factors, which again, I've talked about previously. So go check out those other videos for more info on this. Third revenue stream we'll talk about here is getting brand deals. When your channel gets big enough, there are companies who will want to pay you money to talk about their brand within your video. You see this all the time with YouTubers advertising everything from watches, VPNs, Dollar Shave Club, tacos, I don't know. Look, sometimes these companies will come to you and offer you a lump sum in order to talk about their brand in a video, which is how it's worked with me in the past when I've done brand deals. But these days, how it seems to be working more and more is creators get offered a smaller sum and then a bonus based on how many of their viewers actually go and make a purchase after viewing that creator's video. This is one reason that you see videos where the creator actually gives out a discount discount code exclusive to their channel for the brand they're talking about. Here's what's crazy to me about brand deals, by the way, is that several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it was frowned upon for a creator to accept a brand deal and get paid to talk about a company in a video. Viewers in that channel would unsubscribe, they'd hate on you, they would call you a sellout. These days, it's become a status symbol. It's like a big moment for a creator that gets to work with a brand. Almost to the point where I've definitely heard of some creators just faking brand deals to make it seem like they've got the clout and the status that they're working with brands. The right brand deal, believe me when I say, can be worth an enormous amount of money for the right channel. I know of brand deals where some creators with millions of subscribers have been paid well over $100,000 for one video in order to talk about a brand. The largest brand deal I personally have ever done was actually for $10,000, which I got paid in advance before I ever even reached 100,000 subscribers. And by the way, if you'd like me to make a separate video on how I got a $10,000 brand deal with under 100,000 subscribers, just make sure to smash the like button. I'm kidding, we'll do that, but also just leave me a comment saying you'd like to learn how I did that. And if I get a few comments on that, I'll make a whole separate video explaining everything. Fourth revenue stream, sorry, it's late, is copyright claiming illegally uploaded stolen content of yours or mine. My stolen content that people stole from me. Let me preface this by saying that we all know that YouTube's copyright system is definitely broken. There are people claiming videos they have no business copyright claiming, and YouTube needs to address this. They've done a little bit, but they need to do more to address this. With that said, there has also been a major problem with people stealing content from creators and re-uploading that and then just collecting ad revenue from that content that should go to the creator. Thankfully, it is possible to copyright claim these videos if you are the rightful owner of the content and recoup that ad revenue that's being siphoned away from you. And when I was signed with an MCN, this was one of the only benefits to being signed with certain networks, because they would go out and run software that would automatically identify those videos so you didn't have to search for them, and they would automatically claim those videos on your behalf. I used to get reports every single month of all of the stolen videos that were out there of especially like my viral videos. And sometimes some months I would have over 100 videos where I would be making a few $100s a month sometimes just from stolen content that people had taken from me and re-uploaded. Number 5 on the list is Patreon. And if you're not familiar, Patreon is a website where you can sign up and offer additional content to your viewers who pay a small monthly subscription fee. Patreon became the revenue stream of choice for many creators after the adpocalypse hit in 2016. And even though ad rates have recovered since then, it still is a major revenue generator for a lot of creators, large and small. You yourself may be familiar with hearing a creator at the end of a video talk about signing up for their Patreon, throwing them $1 or $2 every month. I only briefly ever had a Patreon account, but there are a lot of creators out there making big time money, in some cases more than AdSense, just on Patreon. If you want to get started, you can go to patreon.com and sign up. And no, this is not a brand deal. They didn't pay me. It's not a sponsored video. I'm just faking it for the clout. The sixth and final revenue stream on the list, and the biggest current revenue stream for me, is directing your viewers to purchase either merch or your services outside of YouTube. While I don't have any merch, I do have a popular channel for my marriage proposal planning company, and I funnel a lot of the viewers from that channel onto the company website, who then purchase my products and services offered by my company after they see it on YouTube. Whether you sell merch, a digital product, or services, the general idea here is to get a loyal audience who really enjoys watching what you do, and then converting some of that audience into paying customers. A lot of YouTubers shoot for 1% of their audience, where they'll try to convert 1% of their total audience each time they do a merch drop or release a new product or a service or a digital product. Just think about this. If a channel with 1 million subscribers is able to convert 1% of that audience, which is 10,000 people, into buying a t-shirt every time they do a merch drop, and they earn $15 per t-shirt sold, that's a $150,000 profit every time they drop new merch. Those numbers are insane for someone who is able to do that literally standing in front of a camera in their house. I'm not there yet, but those numbers are absolutely insane, and that's what so many YouTubers currently are able to do and more. Not that I'm a fan of Jake Paul or Logan Paul, but it's pretty amazing to think about how much money those guys have actually made just by shouting into the camera terrible songs about buy that merch. And these kids go and do it. And that's how these guys make so much of their money. Guarantee you, the Paul brothers and many others are making way more selling t-shirts and backpacks than they do on ad revenue at all. And those are just insane numbers to think about, but that really gets you thinking also about just how important it is and what it can do for you to have a truly loyal audience watching you. And that's why you put out consistent, great content that people really enjoy watching, just like I'm doing right here on this channel. By the way, hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know each time I release a video like this every single week. And until then, thanks for watching, and go check out some of those other videos I mentioned. See ya!